So we're going to try this again because last week it didn't work. Welcome to the 144th episode of the But I'm Knitting podcast. My name is Ramona. I'm a knitter from Toronto, and welcome to my corner of the crafting world. So last week there was supposed to be an episode, but when I went to go and edit the video, it decided it was corrupted, and I'm just sort of like, too bad. Just too bad. I'm just going to leave it off for the week. So for me, it feels like more like it's a 144B. I don't know. We'll just start again from the beginning, and hopefully I still got everything taken care of. So let's get started. So this week, I technically have 4 finished objects. I have 2 works in progress and, one work in progress that I actually worked on and 1 new cast on. So let's get started. So let's start with my finished objects. I'm going to start with my crochet project because it actually has one of my other things inside of it, but it is right here. So this is the float tote mini, I think mini float tote for 1 skein by Nitty Natty. My first completed crochet project that I'm actually happy with. I've shown it to my friends who crochet and they're very proud of my work. Trust me, I was always there like, look at what I did, look at what I did. So for this, I use Bernat Handy Crafter. I don't know what the colors are. I don't really care what the colors are. It's basically white and gray because this is what I could find in the store at the time that I was looking. And I got confirmation from somebody who knows better than me. Sugar and cream is next to impossible to find inside of Canada without going through Amazon. So Bernat Handy Crafter is my options. So that's what I use for this. It comes with a disc that the cup sits on, and the cup is inside there. I will show that part to you later, and that's just because I have a new cast on inside of here. I don't want to take it out just yet. Next. My next finished object. Okay, this is the only one that's not fully finished. It is the Hat and Peak by Maxim Cyr. Here it is, all done. No pom-pom yet, because I haven't taken out the pom-pom since I showed it to you last. So here it is. So the yarn that I used for this one, all of the yarn is the Rurum Natura Ulysses in the bases of, in the colors, Baleine Bleu, Sauge, which is probably the light blue, the Sel et Poivre, and then Caramel, the top one here. All right, so I had issues with this, not with the pattern, although, hold on, my lovely mistake that I made here, right at the beginning, because I didn't realize that was probably a few rows in, that I forgot to actually do it properly, so I just made it feature for the back. I don't care. So my issue with this one, and you probably saw it on Instagram a couple of weeks ago, when I was trying to decrease, the yarn kept breaking on me. And it always left a little part like this, which is not enough to, apparently, it is not enough to magic knot. It's not enough to try and do a spit splice with water, not spit. And there was another thing that I had just tried just to do a regular knot. Like I literally had to undo like 2 or 3 rows and then do it and then work again. That's the only way I was able to finish it, because every time I tried to do something, it just kept breaking, give me shorter and shorter and shorter pieces. But the hat is done. I haven't washed it, I haven't blocked it, and I haven't done a pom-pom for it. I will do that soon, but right now, honestly, there is no rush, mostly due to the fact that winter is almost over. Like, there was snow that fell today, but it was positive, so it kind of turned into, like, rain. There's no need for another winter hat. I have enough right now. My next finished object. I'll move that one. This is my March socks. They're just plain old stockinette. The yarn, well, actually, let me show off the sock. So, it's 1, 2, and there are no stitch markers on these because I decided, since I was washing and blocking one of my other finished objects, let's just wash and block these ones too. And at the same time, I also said, well, let me wash and block my March socks as well. So those are done as well. So last time you had seen, I guess I was at the cuff of the first sock. I don't remember which one is the first sock because they look almost identical. And so I finished both socks. They are done. They are washed and blocked. They're plain. The original intention was to have it like this for the leg, right? And then transition into this color for the bottom, but that didn't end up happening. But I actually kind of like them plain. It shows off, it really does show off the yarn. So the yarn that I use for this one, this is from the Knitting Loft in their boot space in the colorway Lime. I really do like this color. I'm sure I have more yarn left, but I don't know where I put it. Yeah, because that's from a different project. I'll eventually find it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I am loving the way that this turned out. So, right now around me, I have my 3 pairs of socks, so that are all done. So this is March. And then, hold on, where is it? Up here, these are January. 3 pairs of socks, all done for this year, mostly within the time. So we'll put you up there because they all have to actually go inside of the box, which I have not done yet. My final finished project is my first sweater for 2020. I finished my C6 sweater by Helga Issager. It's washed, it's blocked, the ends are woven in, everything is done, like everything. I even took pictures. I had my aunt take pictures of it. So hold on, which way is the front, which way is the back? I still have to put in, hold on, yep, this is the right. Okay, so I still have to actually put in a tag at the back, which I have not done. So let's see how well you can, I don't know how well you can see it. Ooh, forgot to flip that back down. There we go. All done, including body, no extra yarn attached, and I love it. So see, I put it to soak on Thursday, and then it actually dried pretty quickly because before I left on Friday, it was like 90% dry. And afterwards, when I came back home on Saturday and I checked on it, it was done. So I just left it where it was, and then this morning, I actually, came back and I wove in all the ends, and my aunt helped me take pictures of it and everything. I absolutely love it. Oh, so I got my first sweater to put on my pile for this year. Ooh, so pretty. So the yarn that I use for this also from the Knitting Loft. I only have the boot space one here. So this one is Knitting Loft boot space in the colorway Honey. I still have a little bit left over for the mohair base, which is called Dust. Still don't know what I'm going to do with it. Still deciding. And then the other color that I use, I am currently unable to find one of my bags that I have the leftovers from the other part of the leftovers for this project. It is Julie Asselin's sports base in the colorway Petite Pouce. So I thought it might take me 2 skeins to do it for the cuff and the hem and all that kind of stuff. It took me 1, and I probably have a third of it left still. I still have a full skein of it I haven't touched yet. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to save it for something else because it's been well over. I got the yarn like in December or something like that, like close to the end of December. I can't take that back now. It's only a month for like exchanges for that kind of stuff. So forget it. I will find something to do. This is the joys of being a knitter / crocheter. I could find a use for these later on. So the pattern that I used for this one was the C6 sweater by Helga Issager from her book called Knit, I believe. So, And I also want to say thank you, Brenda, because she was the first one who introduced me to this book, because she was doing another sweater, which I'm going to be doing later on this year. She was doing another sweater from that book, and I looked at it, and I thought it was cool. She also gifted me the book because I could not find the book anywhere else. So I was also very happy about that. And then she was also the one that helped me for the contrasting color. Because the suggestion from the original design was to go for a sports waist. Let me try that again. Go for a sports weight yarn that matched the main color. At that time, the Knitting Loft did not have a sports weight base, period. And they definitely didn't. So that means they didn't even have it in Honey. We just decided we're not going to try and find a color that matches it because it might be too hard. We'll just go for a contrasting that we like. which was this one. So she's the one who helped me get this. This is the first thing that I bought for it. And then I came back and I bought the rest for this. Yeah. So I definitely would not have been able to make this without Brenda's help. And I'm so grateful for her. Thank you very much, Brenda. She also works at the Knitting Loft. So she was able to help me pick out all of this stuff. So that is my work in progress. My finished object. Far too soft. Okay, put you down gently. I'm going to add it to my pile afterwards. I'm so excited to do that. So let's go on with my work in progress. The one that I did work on. So I have just about one repeat left for this hat. And then it starts to decreases. And then I can finish it and make a pom-pom for it. So this is the hat for my youngest brother. And this hat is called the October hat. It's by Sloan Rosenthal. Here it is. You can't even see. It doesn't even look navy blue right now. Kind of looks greenish, but it is a navy blue. Just turn that back on. There we go. The yarn that I'm using for this one is Durum Natura in the Cyrano base in the colorway Tempest. Okay. So I am in the middle of doing the last repeat. Last time you had seen that I had really shown it off, I was about there. So I've gotten that much done. I finished off the repeat. And then now this is the last round, the last repeat before I start the decreases. It's almost finished. Put it this way. There's no way he's going to be able to wear it for this winter. It's done. I've accepted it. It will have to be, you put it this way. He'll get it before, hopefully within the next couple of weeks. But he won't really be able to wear it until next winter. But it's coming along nicely. Because I decided, since I finished all these other things, this was more important than my new cast on of socks, because I will need to get this done faster. So there it is right now. And yeah, it's coming along well. I'm still going to have quite a bit of leftovers, I think. Okay, my new cast on, which I'm making use out of my crochet bag. My new cast on that I am working on, this one is called, let me see if I can pronounce it correctly, Misselthwaite Manor by Lisa K. Ross. I think this pattern just came out last week. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, last week. I got the pattern on Thursday or something like that. Yeah, she had it free for like the first day or two. And then afterwards, now I think it's on 50% off, but I don't remember how much longer that goes on for. So I am using my March socks, which is by Feisty Fibers. Really nice lady, really nice yarn. This is her Beyond Sock base in the colorway Spelling Bees. For her yarn, she actually has a website you can buy it off of, and I know the Knitting Loft also carries it in store. This one, I'm trying to remember if I had purchased it in store or if I got it at the Knitter's Frolic, maybe the last time that I was there. I don't remember. It's one of the two. It's one of the two. I can't remember. Because I know the first two skeins I bought of hers, they're DK weight. And I got those definitely at the festival. Because it was before the Knitting Loft opened. But I don't remember when I got this one. But I really like the color. So let me show it to you. And as I show it to you, this is the cup from the Float Tote Mini. There we go. So this is the cup that the yarn is in. I've been making, ever since I finished this, I've been making use out of it. And the yarn that I'm using, this is it. See? It's this beautiful, really like almost highlighter yellow with little black spots in it, like bees hidden inside it. It shows up better on the, let's see, is there any way I can show you? You could, all you see is just little black speckles that will just pop up every once in a while. It's not overly done. It's not, so far it doesn't seem like it's as much as the, oh, what was that other one that I had gotten? The one that I got over the summer. That was Grammy's Banana Bread. It's not, it doesn't seem as speckled as that. It's like a less intense version of this one. So here is where I am. I'm only on the cuff, but I'm almost finished the cuff. I'm more than halfway done on the cuff. And it's coming along nicely. It's a pretty simple pattern. I think I'm going to enjoy doing it. And that's pretty much all I have to show for it. Considering I just cast this on Thursday. Yeah, I cast it on Thursday. So there's that. So we'll just stick you back in there. Put you back in here. And then we put you there. It's coming along nice. I'm back. So it's coming along nicely, and I'm happy with the progress that I've made on it. So those are all of my current works in progress and finished objects and new cast-ons that I've done in the past 2 weeks. Because I finished my C6 sweater, I can now move my tips back to my wool and honey and get started on working on that again. However, I finished my first quarter of the year, and I finished all of the projects that I had to do, plus extras. And then I've done at least one of my projects for my Make 9. Well, technically now works out to being 2 of them, because I finished my C6 sweater, because that was on there, and I finished my hat and peak. That was on there as well. I still have more on my list to do, so we'll work on that. However, I've already gotten my yarn and my project ready for my second quarter sweater, which is being housed in here. Or it's being housed in here while it can still fit in here. This is, it actually has one of my stash enhancements. It's not yarn. Well, this one's not yarn. It's my needles that I needed for the project. So it is a size 5, US 5 red lace circular fixed. So I don't have to worry them untwisting as I knit, because that seems to be a problem whenever I use interchangeable. And it's annoying. I don't like it. I think this is why I'm a bigger fan of fixed over interchangeable. But it could just be that, yeah, no, because even when I do tie knit, it still seems to come loose for me. It could just be the way that I'm knitting it, not necessarily the fact that they're interchangeable otherwise. So inside here, this bag is from Longview Creations. I have this one. This is from the Knitting Loft, and it is a boot space in the color Paris Blue. This is from the boot skin, right? Oh, no. Okay, it is Paris Blue, but this is actually the label from the other skein. And I know, because the other skein is a mohair. I wound it. I immediately put it into one of these because I realized how useful this was for me when I did my C6 sweater. So this one is not held double. It's going to be like a few rows of the dust. I'm sorry, a few rows of the boots, and then I switch over to this one, and then this one by itself, and it goes back and forth. So yeah, I like it. Oh, that Paris Blue looks so nice. Oh, I'm so looking forward to working on that. I haven't started yet, but I do hope to start that this week. That is my intention. So, and we'll see how far I get with it. And I've only wound up one of my skeins for this. According to the directions, I should only need 2 skeins of the boot space and 1 skein of the mohair. Can't guarantee how much I believe that, but I'm not buying extra if I don't have to. So I think I'll be okay for the mohair. If necessary, I will go back. I can definitely buy the boots. That's not going to be a problem. But the color is so nice. So we will put you back in here. Put you back in here. And you are ready to be started on this week. So that is all of my knitting stuff that needed to be taken care of. Just checking, just checking. Yeah, that is everything. So I guess now it's what else is coming up. Well, first I'm going to put in this video here.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Ramona. Happy birthday to you. May the Lord bless and keep. May the Lord bless and keep. May the Lord bless and keep you. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Grandpa.
Yes, dear.
And if you've seen that, based on that video, you can now see, yeah, on the day that I'm uploading this video, it's my birthday. Yay! That's just coincidental. It's just because I found that Wednesday was the most convenient day for me to upload. So it just worked out perfectly. That is the same day as my actual birthday. What am I doing? I worked for today. That's what I did. It's my first time in a long time that I did not book the day off of work. Usually I do, but considering it's the middle of the week, and so that means I'm not traveling anywhere because I'd have to be at work on the Tuesday before and the Thursday afterwards. So there's no point in saying like, I'm going to my dad's house or I'm going to go hang out with my friends at my friend's house. Those require sleepovers because it's not close to where I live. The other option would have been, if it were possible, was to go and hang out at the knitting loft for the day. They're not open for that just yet. So there's no point in taking the time off to go there and hang out for like a short amount of time and then leave. So I've decided I would just stay and work. I work at home anyways. There's no difference. So hopefully, I'm not certain if this actually did work out well because I did try to book off Friday instead. I'll guess when I go back and I talk to my manager, I'll see whether or not that worked. But so I have no plans for the day. I'm gonna sit down and other than work, I'm gonna sit down and relax. So this thing is actually applicable. The one time out of the year that it's applicable. And they were like nothing. Let's see. What else has happened to me in the past little bit? Let's think. Well, I miss my niece like crazy. Hold on. Cause was it 2 weeks ago? Last week, Friday, like the Friday before, my brother had accidentally left with my mom's car keys. He had come over to help her with something and he went back to go do something. And I guess he just didn't realize it, dropped it in his pocket and went on about his business. We didn't notice until hours later when my mom was ready to go somewhere. She didn't have her car keys. So he swung by to drop them off for her. And he happened to have his wife and his daughter with him. So we got to see them and I got to wave and actually got to see her. And she was just kind of there like, oh, it's you again. Okay. And they left. And this time now, though, what was it, today, earlier on the Sunday, we FaceTimed her with my aunt and my cousin. She actually looked at us. She ate her snacks and went back to TV. She didn't really care that we were there. Like, I want to see her face to face because I think that makes a huge amount of difference. So there was that. Let's see, what else happened? I hung out with my sibling. No, I did hang out with them more. Mostly on a Saturday morning, getting ready to go to church and that kind of stuff. So it was nice to see them. Now I remember. 2 weeks ago. So not Saturday that just passed, but the Saturday before that. I had stayed over, actually, did I stay over? Was that the weekend I stayed over at my dad's? I don't remember. I feel like I actually need to look that up. Hold on. Because I know what weekend it was. I just need to see it on a calendar. Okay, yeah. Go away. Don't care about that. So it's this weekend. Weekend before. Because I would have done it that week. Yes. Oh, no. I would have talked about it already on the 20th. Never mind. Ignore it. I was just going to tell you about how I sat down there and I watched a movie with my cousin. With my sister, but we already discussed that. So yeah, Turning Red, great movie, enjoyed it. Next thing, so my one of my family friends, I saw his son. His son saw me for the first time without a mask on the lower half of my face. I've known this kid pretty much since after the first few months, yeah. And he's only seen me from like this point down. And for the first time, he saw me with like, without it on my face. Because I just run somewhere and I was coming back and I happened to run into them. And he just kept looking at me like, I've never seen the lower half of your face before. I thought it was absolutely adorable. Yeah, so it was his christening on Saturday. So that was pretty nice. Got to see a bunch of people because it was him. A bunch of family showed up. And there are people, of course, you haven't seen in a while. So it was really nice to see all of them. Let's see what else happened. After that christening, I went to another christening for another family friend. Yeah, my friend, it's her fourth child. Yeah, fourth child, third son. So this kid, he just seemed so quiet, so well behaved, and he was just there like, mm-hmm. And everybody else around him was, because mind you, this is the first time that I'm seeing him in person. Everybody else is just there like, yeah, he's usually not this quiet. I'm there like, wow, really? He just seems so sweet right now. Like, absolutely no, he was just chill. The only time he started to fuss was when he was hungry, and that was the time that only mommy could help him. And after that, he was just chill. It was great. I saw one of my brother's friends, because he actually, it just happened to be coincidental that we saw each other there, because he made sure as soon as church service was done at that church, he beelined it over to her. He's like, I can't believe it's you. I didn't realize you would come here. I guess because of his age, he wouldn't know my grandfather, and everybody knows me as Pastor Lee's granddaughters. So he knows me from RJ's sister. That's pretty much how he knows me. Everybody knows me as related to somebody else. So he was excited to see us. I updated him and said what's going on with my brothers and all that kind of stuff, because that's usually who he interacts with. And afterwards, he's like, yeah, when I get my car, I'm going to make sure I come and visit you guys at church. I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. So it was nice to see him. Oh, which reminds me, I probably should tell my brothers that I saw him. Kind of forgot to do that. I will do that after I finish recording. I will make sure I send that to them. So yeah, it was nice to see him too. Got to see some of my friends that I only get to see on special occasions, and the last special occasion that I got to see them was 2 years ago, right before they started shutting everything down due to the pandemic. So that was like the last time I got to see them. So it was nice to see. Guess what? You guys are still alive. I'm so happy to see you guys. It's really nice. So that's pretty much everything. Yep, I'm pretty certain that's everything. So I'm going to end this episode now before my phone decides it's going to crash and perhaps corrupt the file. I don't know. But thank you for spending your crafting time with me. Hope to see you again, and see you again next time. Bye.